Chickies! Thanks so much for hanging out for a bit today. We are going to be reviewing, wear testing a very affordable drugstore foundation, and it is from the brand Blvd. This is their skin finish foundation. It's medium to full coverage. If you're new here, I'm Christine, curate beauty, lifestyle, as well as raw vlogs. Greatly appreciated if you please subscribe to my channel. Would absolutely love it if you'd be part of the Chickie crew. Also, please don't forget to give this video a like and hit that bell to be notified of new videos. So I was finally able to visit a Dollar General store, specifically looking for this foundation, the Blvd Skin Finish Foundation. This is a medium to full coverage foundation. We'll make sure to link this down below. Price point is $5. You receive about 0.85 fluid ounces of product in here. Medium to full coverage foundation blends effortlessly for a flawless look. Its blendable formula blurs imperfections while smoothing your skin. It does come in a glass bottle, and it also has a pump, which is very convenient. I have been testing this out for about a week, so I can give you my full opinion, thoughts on it, and also you guys will get to see how it looks at the end of a day. Normally when I test out a foundation, I use a primer, but we are not going to use a primer today, and you guys will see how it looks on my bare skin. Just keep in mind, I already applied my skincare as well as a moisturizer that contains SPF, because this does not contain SPF. Here on my nose, I do suffer from large pores. This area does have some texture. Also have some texture down here. So my skin type is an oily T-zone and then normal in the cheek area. And right now the weather is, I would say today it's cold, a little bit cooler. Yesterday it was nice and hot. Now just keep in mind, I'm not going to be using any primers. So on one side we're going to use a damp sponge, and then on the other side we're also just going to use a sponge that is dry. One little swatch so that you guys can see. Warm vanilla. This does also oxidize, but not by too much. Normally I'm a neutral undertone, but warm vanilla does work. The other thing I noticed when I was in store was that the shade selections, maybe they just haven't restocked, weren't the greatest. Would definitely recommend looking online. Start with one pump, and we're gonna do one side first, and we're gonna use our damp sponge. To the damp sponge, you're gonna get more of a sheared out coverage. Also bring it down the neck. Add a little bit more. This is still with one pump. This does not have any sort of scent to it, which I really do appreciate. So here's one layer using the damp sponge, and then my bare skin on the other side. There's like a little comparison. Now let's take one pump of this, and we're going to do this on the other side using a dry sponge. Take a little bit more, same pump. And with this, you do get more coverage, of course, because it's a dry sponge. And I have been using this with a dry sponge. Bring it up to the ear. One side using the dry sponge, and then the other side using the damp sponge. You can still see some of my natural skin peeking through, and this one you do have a lot more coverage, but we're going to build it up. Take one more pump, damp sponge on this side, and this foundation is lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. 2 layers using the damp sponge. So it does give you more of like a blurring effect to the skin, even the pores, which earlier were very prominent. Go in with another pump using the dry sponge. You guys will see how much coverage you get with the dry sponge. Oops, shouldn't have placed it there, but that's okay. Sexy. Here are 2 layers using the dry sponge, and then 2 layers using the damp sponge. On this side, it is super full coverage, but not where it looks like it's cakey. It's also already set into the skin. It feels nice and soft, lightweight. Finish of the foundation is more of a demi matte, not a flat matte, so your skin doesn't look dried out, which I really do appreciate. Also just want to take you guys in a little bit closer so you can see the pore situation, because I feel like this foundation really does a good job of blurring the pores. So this is how the forehead looks with the texture and the pores. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply the rest of my makeup, the whole 9, and I will be right back. So I applied the rest of my makeup. However, I have not set the foundation with any setting powder since I wanted you to see how the foundation looks once it's set into the skin. It's been a good 30-35 minutes. On this side we have the foundation, which we applied with a dry sponge, very full coverage, and then on the other side is with the damp sponge. It's also full coverage, but it's I would say it's more light full coverage. This one's like more heavy-handed. It doesn't look cakey on the skin, airbrush effect, but even though it's full coverage, it's lightweight. Set the foundation with a Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores pressed powder, light dusting. We're not going to set the foundation with a setting spray. So this right now is our starting point. It is about 3:43. Check back with you guys in a few hours so you can see how the foundation is holding up. So I'm back for the final check-in. It is about 11:30 p.m. So we've had on the foundation for almost 8 hours. We're shy of about 13 minutes or so. I haven't blotted, touched up. Did set the foundation with some powder, but I didn't use a setting spray, and I did not use any sort of primer underneath this foundation. So this is just the foundation on its own, of course, with bronzer, blush, all that jazz. Yeah, I am very shiny here in the forehead area because I do have a very oily T-zone, which is quite normal for me. Especially since I didn't use any sort of primer underneath. I don't have it like caking up anywhere. Testing this foundation the past week and a half, so I already know how it looks at the end of the day, but that's when I wear a primer, set it with a setting spray at the very end. So this honestly looks really, really good, even though we are shiny, so that deducts a point. I didn't also wear a mask, just to let you know. So when I put on this hoodie, I was very careful not to get the foundation on here because I already knew it would transfer. Just a little heads up, but the coverage is just incredible. It is such a good, affordable foundation. Honestly, I would not even think that this was $5. This looks great in photos, in video. Only downside is that it doesn't contain any SPF. So if you're gonna be out and about, highly recommend wearing that SPF. The coverage is just amazing. It still looks really good. If I just blotted, which let's actually do that right now. Hold on, let me blot really quickly. It's this little roller thingy from Revlon, just to take out the oils, because I am shiny. We don't really need to even do anything to the cheek area because that's not where I get shiny at all. And I mean, there we go. We just erased all of the shine. Didn't even have to touch up with any powder, and the foundation is going strong. Definitely if you have oily skin, you would need to touch up, but wow. Amazing, right? It doesn't look like it's all run down. This is the side where we use the damp sponge, and this one is where we used the dry sponge. Wow, this foundation is just flawless. It really is, especially for the price point of $5. But honestly, both sides still look really good. It was just more of the T-zone that needed to be taken care of. Make sure to link this foundation down below in the description box. If you haven't tried this foundation and are looking for something that's medium to full coverage, this is definitely the route to go. So let me know, what did you guys think of the Blvd Skin Finish Foundation? What are your thoughts? Which one did you guys like a little bit better? The one applied with the damp sponge or the dry sponge? If you have tried this foundation out, please let us know your thoughts. How did it work out for you? And also please don't forget to leave what skin type you have. So if you enjoyed hanging out today and found this video helpful, please make sure you give it a like, subscribe if you have not already. Would love for you to be part of the Chicky crew. Thank you, Chickies, so much for watching. Stay safe and healthy, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah.